as soon as we start our journey with clarity, the first few things we hit is values, beliefs, and what we want in life. So how does that tie into finding that alignment?
So let's take a step back and define what alignment means, because it would be interesting
Yeah.
to kind of unpack that. So sometimes we have the clarity that this is what we want to do, but we are not able to align our mindsets, habits, lifestyle, behavior to make that happen. So even though you know this is what you should be doing, you're still stuck in aligning your life and your choices to make that happen. So clarity and alignment has to go hand in hand to really make your dreams a reality. So if you're stuck with not able to align yourself with what you want, that means it is a sign that probably it's a mindset and an emotional barrier for you. Maybe you are holding yourself back because of some of the mental barriers that you have. Maybe you're questioning, am I good enough? Can I do this? What if I fail? What would other people think? Maybe those barriers are holding you back from aligning yourself. Or maybe it is the habits and the behaviors and the choices that you're making on a day-to-day basis, like could be poor habits, like poor sleeping cycle, poor eating habits, poor choices with your life partner, or poor choices with your lifestyle, that is kind of leading you to not take that next level and align with what you want. So if you're struggling with alignment, it means it is something internal than external. So you want to like
Mm.
understand what is it that's holding you back mentally, emotionally, financially, physically, and start overcoming those barriers to realign yourself.
Right. Can I say alignment, at least, trying to reframe what you said, is can I say alignment is the action, whereas clarity is a checklist?
Yes, that makes absolute
Good.
sense. I love that you shared that. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, because clarity gives you this is your destination, this is where you want to go. But now you need to take that action, and you have to take those aligned actions. So, for example, you could, taking your example, you could go by flight, you could go by train, you could go by car. But what is the right path for you based on where you are right now? That is also
Yep.
alignment. So somebody
Right.
could, let's say somebody figures out that they want to share about mindfulness and help in mental health. They could become a teacher, they could become a therapist, they could host retreats. So all of this, from all these different options, what is the most aligned, profitable, purposeful path for you? That is alignment,
Mm.
like how you're going to execute it. Because let's say you go and do teaching, but you don't enjoy teaching, talking to students, looking at papers, and all of that, you're going to feel miserable. That's going to be an unaligned or misaligned path for you. But that doesn't mean your purpose was not right. Like your purpose and your clarity is still
Mm.
to make a change in mental health, but the how you did it, the alignment is misaligned. So probably if you had gone and done retreats and workshops, it would have felt more in alignment for you.
Continuing the conversation of alignment and clarity, it is only once you have, taken that time and space to understand what uh, clarity means to you, and that if you're clear with your values and beliefs, and taking that time and space, or at least help, external help in coming up with that strategy of how to align your action with your goal, would be a great step towards growth mindset. And I remember the last time we had a conversation, we were discussing if one needs clarity and alignment to begin their growth mindset, or do they need to have growth mindset to begin their journey for clarity and alignment? What do you how would you continue that conversation?
Yeah, I think growth mindset, if you do not have that, it's going to be a hindrance for you to take action. Because when clients come to me, they tell me all these things that I feel that I'm procrastinating. I have all these ideas, but I'm not able to take action. I feel low self esteem, low self worth. I'm just not being able to be confident in myself. And I would say all these are symptoms to a poor mindset, or lack of better words, I would say all these are symptoms to you not being in alignment with your mindset, because that's what is creating these different kind of symptoms. So I think you would have to work on your mindset in order to unblock yourself and take that action towards what you really want. Because you don't want your mindset to actually be an hindrance. Because I've seen that some of them have the clarity, they have the roadmap, like we worked on that part. Because, okay, I'll share a quick story here. When I initially started my coaching, I was only doing clarity and alignment as my main work. I did not start with mindset. So even though people had the clarity, the exact steps and roadmap, and they were so excited and felt like, yes, this is what I wanted to do, and they knew the steps, they were still not able to action on it. They came back and said, I'm just so afraid to put myself out there on social media and share this, or I'm just so afraid to ask about this to my boss or to my manager and make this happen. So there was a lot of that fear and self doubts that was holding them back. And that was what actually a wake up call for me to actually go and learn about mindset and learn all those tools to help them unblock themselves. So I really feel without doing the mindset work, there is a higher chance that you might be stuck, even though you have the clarity and the alignment.
Can you define what growth mindset looks like in, keeping career and leadership in mind?
Absolutely. So, to me, growth mindset means two things. One is your abilities and your intelligence can really be developed, it's not fixed. So, I really love this book by Carol Dweck. That's how I got introduced to this concept of growth mindset. So, what she really says is fixed versus growth. Like, fixed is you just believe that you're born with a certain amount of intelligence and abilities, and it's not possible to grow beyond that. And growth mindset really means that you believe your abilities can be developed over effort. And effort is the path towards that mastery. So that's what, it really means to me at the crux. And the second thing is you have to embrace challenges and failures if you have a growth mindset. You cannot see them as really setbacks, but you see your challenges as opportunities for you to like grow and move forward. And this also takes us back to what we were talking before about how the breadcrumbs really lies in our pain and in our challenges to unlock what our purpose is. And in a way, I believe that everything that we go through, all the obstacles or challenges, are always preparing us to unlock to the best and the next version of ourselves. So when you have the growth mindset, you really don't see them as an obstacle for you, but you see them as growth, and you see them as opportunity for you to expand and become that higher version of yourself.
I have a different way of looking at obstacles and setbacks. I just wanted to add that point here. When we say obstacles or setbacks, sometimes they also sound like excuses or reasons for not, moving forward. Keeping career, keeping um, growth and alignment and clarity, and keeping all this in the picture and still in the frame. Anything that stops us can start sounding like a reason or an excuse. And I like to call reasons and excuses as priorities. If you're picking to do something else over what you have agreed to do, is what you're choosing for that to be your priority. So it's just about reprioritizing what you want. For example, I work with a lot of moms, and parents, basically parents. They always have family responsibilities, of course visa as a higher variable for them to start looking at career or leadership roles, or climbing up the ladder, and all of that always comes secondary over family responsibilities and visa and financial burden. So it just gets a little difficult for someone, for me to help them understand that they don't have to be either or.
I would like to add to that. I really like what you
Okay.
shared, because even from my experience, it's been very similar. And I think it comes from this belief that you're not good enough to have both. Like there is just some lack or scarcity there, that I might not be able to handle the responsibilities of both family and career. So that is the mindset barrier that you really need to overcome, because it comes from this place of not believing in yourself and believing in your abilities. So when you work on building up that self worth and belief in yourself, you're really able to change the story that yes, I can handle both family and career, and I'm capable of doing both in the best of my potential. So it's just a matter of understanding where that barrier is and where those fears are coming from, and then changing your story and your belief from there on.